Did you know that Santa has an evil, darker counterpart? A yin to his yang, so to speak? There have been movies, books, graphic novels, and many other tales that have been inspired by the legend of the creature known as Krampus. So what is this thing? Where did it come from? We'll be answering these questions and more. Also, be sure to stay until the end to find out if there are any Krampus celebrations near you. So what do we know about this entity? Well, for starters, Krampus is a horned, anthropomorphic figure with claws, horns, and a long tongue. He is depicted as a goat-like monster who punishes children for misbehaving in the run-up to Christmas, usually by swatting them and carrying them away in his sack. In some traditions, Krampus is said to accompany St. Nicholas on visits to children during the night of December 5th, also known as Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night, which occurs immediately before the feast of St. Nicholas on December 6th. Krampusnacht is a centuries-old tradition celebrated in Germany and Alpine regions including Austria, Bavaria, Hungary, Slovenia, and the Czech Republic. In recent years, this Halloween-esq legend has infiltrated British and American popular culture. Those who celebrate this tradition believe that St. Nicholas gives well-behaved children small gifts, while Krampus punishes badly behaved ones with birch rods. No one quite knows where the stories of Krampus came from, but it is believed that Krampus and Krampusnacht originated in Germany centuries ago. Some folklorists and anthropologists believe that it may have pre-Christian origins. The name Krampus is thought to come from either Bavarian Krampen, meaning dead, rotten, or from the German Krampen, meaning claw. Krampus is thought to be inspired by other mythical creatures such as the Perchten or Stragil. There are no written sources about Krampus before the end of the 16th century, making it a relatively new figure in the realm of mythology. Anthropologist John Honigman stated that the St. Nicholas festival he observed in Erdning, a small town in Styria, Austria, in 1975 as incorporating cultural elements from all across Europe. He said that St. Nicholas became popular in Germany around the 11th century and that the feast is not the only winter occasion that celebrates children. Others include Martinmas, the Feast of the Holy Innocents, and New Year's Day. Masked devils, the anthropologist continued, acting boisterously and making nuisances of themselves, have been known in Germany since at least the 16th century, while animal masked devils combining dreadful comic antics appeared in medieval church plays. He also observed that Austrians in the community that he studied were quite aware of heathen elements being blended with Christian elements in their St. Nicholas customs and in other traditional winter ceremonies. They believe Krampus derived from a pagan supernatural who was combined with the Christian devil. Even though Krampus is a hybrid of the Perchten and Stragil, he still has very distinct physical traits that make him unique to his cousins. Krampus is usually depicted as a man with horns, one grotesque human foot, and one foot of a goat, typically covered in black or brown hair, a very long snake or dragon-like tongue, which is unique to Krampus, and he has fangs. Krampus carries chains thought to symbolize the binding of the devil by the Christian church, which he thrashes for dramatic effect. The chains are sometimes accompanied with bells of various sizes, probably a sign of further linkage to Santa and his jingle bells. In some representations, he carries a bundle of birch branches, which he uses to swat children with. In other instances, the birch branches are replaced with a whip. I think I'd rather have the branches, but that's just me. He is also sometimes seen with a sack or a basket strapped to his back. This is to cart off evil children for drowning, eating, or for him to take them to hell. Some believe that he is the son of Hel, the Norse god of the underworld, and that he may have originated as part of a winter solstice pagan ritual. The Catholic Church has actually attempted to ban Krampus celebrations because of his resemblance to the devil. In the 17th century, Krampus was paired with St. Nicholas as a helper. Because Nicholas is a saint, it wasn't logical or deemed saintly behavior for him to deliver punishments. Therefore, a helper was assigned to him to take care of the darker, more unseemly tasks. This legend has inspired several modern stories, including the movie of the same name, the novel Krampus, the Yule Lord by Gerald Brom, a graphic novel Krampus, Shadow of St. Nicholas by Michael Dougherty, which is a tie-in to the movie, and as the antagonist in Red One. Krampus also has had many cameos in several other TV shows and movies. Director, writer, and producer of the 2015 Krampus movie, Michael Dougherty, had always wanted to do a scary Christmas movie, but the idea did not take form until his friend sent him an e-card featuring the Krampus creature, which was, according to him, just love at first sight. Although this, according to Dougherty, happened in the ancient times of the internet, the project would not be fleshed out until 2011, at which point he would team up with Zach Shields and Todd Casey to figure out the story. The Krampus movie was released in the United States on December 4th, 2015 by Universal Pictures. The film was originally scheduled to be released on November 25th, 2015, but was moved to December 4th, 2015 to be closer to December 5th, Krampusnacht. It received mixed reviews and grossed over $6 to $1 million against a $15 million budget, so overall a decent success. Folklore and pop culture aren't the only places where Krampus resides. For centuries, several Alpine European countries have had festivals and celebrations every Krampusnacht. Recently, this odd celebration has migrated to the US, where several cities have adopted their own Krampusnacht. If you live in these US cities and are interested in joining them, let me know how it goes in the comments. They include New York City, Portland, Oregon, Bellingham, Washington, Los Angeles, California, Washington, D.C., Bloomington, Indiana, St. Paul, Minnesota, New Orleans, St. Louis, Missouri, and Columbia, South Carolina. These cities do everything from parades to haunted houses to pub crawls. The event company 13th Floor Entertainment features a Krampus haunted Christmas in 10 cities around the U.S. Portland, Denver, Jacksonville, Chicago, New Orleans, Columbus, Nashville, Austin, Houston, and Phoenix. These events are less folklore infused and more of a clash between Halloween and Christmas, which sounds like a great time to me. I'm not sure if the celebrations in the US go this far, but in traditional parades and events such as Krampuslauf or the Krampus Run, young men dressed as Krampus attempt to scare the audience with their antics. While a Krampus parade can be exciting, it may be alarming to people who don't know what's going on. At a Krampus festival, Krampus figures descend on the crowd looking for innocent bystanders to whip with prickly brooms and birch branches. In full character and costume, the masked actors appear to spare no force and often get rowdy, hounding their prey until they surrender. Many also rattle chains or flick their whips to instill fear in the spectators. Those who celebrate can find their tradition to be harmless and can often be found sipping mulled wine and eating roasted chestnuts while taking part in the festivities with their friends and families. That said, Krampus parades seem to be more popular among adults, or at least those in their late 20s and early 20s. It's a similar crowd and feel to Mardi Gras parades in New Orleans. New Orleans, coincidentally, actually hosts the largest Krampus parade in the US. If you attend a parade, make sure you find a good spot by arriving 30 to 45 minutes early. If you don't want to get whacked by the roving Krampus demons, steer clear of the front row, avoiding making direct contact with the parade participants, and stay far from their swirling whips. There are no rules, and you could actually get hurt. So, would you ever go to a Krampusnacht celebration? Have you ever been to one? What kind? Where? How was it? Let me know in the comments. And let me know what other horror movies or books you'd like to know the story behind their story.